I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Pledge of Allegiance is written by Francis Bellamy. And how many times have you said those very words in school? Saying it with pride and respect. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance today is important for today's children to have pride in our country. I remember when I was a child and I was chosen to say the Pledge of Allegiance, how proud I was to lead my school and sing the Pledge of Allegiance. I felt honored to be chosen by my peers to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance teaches children pride in our country. Nebraska is currently working to pass a law to make the Pledge of Allegiance mandatory. Richard Zierke is working to pass the law, and has said reciting the pledge teaches patriotism and enlists America's exceptionalism. In the moments that children are singing the pledge, they are thinking about their country. At least that is the hope. It can also encourage others to serve in the military, since it teaches pride in our country. It also is a sign of respect for the men and the women who are serving our country. These are all important values that we should be teaching our children. In 1892, Francis Bellamy wrote the Pledge of Allegiance to unite the country and restore the patriotism in the country. The Pledge of Allegiance today is still a sign of patriotism. American Pride Team breaks down the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. I promise to be faithful and true to my country, to the flag, to emblem that stands for represents our freedom of the United States. All 50 states, each of them individually and individually represented on the flag of America, yet formed into a union of one nation and through the republic. And also I pledge my loyalty to the government itself, a republic, a form of government where the people sovereign, for which it stands. The government also represented by the flag to which I promise my loyalty. One nation under God. These 50 individual states are united in a single republic under the divine providence of God, our most powerful resource. Indivisible and cannot be separated. With liberty, the people of the nation are being afforded the freedom to preserve life, liberty, and happiness, and justice, and each person entitled to be treated justly, fairly, and according to proper law and principles, for all. And these principles are afforded to every American, regardless of race, religion, color, creed, or any other criteria, just as the flag represents 50 individual states and can be not divided or separated. This represents a nation full of millions of people who cannot be divided or separated. So when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you renew your loyalty to the flag itself, renew your loyalty to your own and 49 other states, renew your loyalty to your government that is united by all, renew that we are one nation under God, renew that we cannot be divided nor should be divided, renew the right to life, liberty, and justice for all. This breakdown exactly shows how you're showing pride when you say the Pledge of Allegiance. So when children say the pledge, they are really showing pride for the country, showing pride for the men and women who are fighting in our country, showing pride for men and women who patrol our streets and fight fires in our homes. It teaches children to have pride in the country in which we live in. Since the Pledge of Allegiance teaches pride in our country, it can also encourage military service. Richard Zierke also has said, it's also a stepping stone for young children making decisions about how they should serve their country, including stints in the military. I don't want to say that my country is slipping away, but teaching patriotism and the flag is not being done. He's not far from the truth. According to Miller McMune, less than 1% of our population is now serving in the military. Since less than 1% of the population serves, it is important to teach our children pride in our country, which in turn could lead to military service. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance also teaches our children to have respect for our country. The pledge is a way of showing respect to the flag as it shows respect for our country. I think schools need to teach the meaning of the Pledge of Allegiance as I went over earlier in the speech. That way children would know what they are saying and how they are showing respect. I think this quote explains the importance of saying the Pledge of Allegiance and also another form of respect our country has, the national anthem. I am shocked at the disrespect shown by the most uninformed generation that exists today, as it pertains to the protocol when the national anthem is being played or the Pledge of Allegiance is being said. The national anthem is not another rap song. The national anthem is not another rap song. The anthem represents the millions of men and women who gave up their tomorrows so that you could have your todays. This quote is from the Morning Call. It teaches respect for men and women, past and present in the military. It also helps us respect for men and women patrolling our streets, as well as helps teach respect for the men and women who fight fires every day. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance is important in schools. It teaches pride in our country, can improve service in the military, and also teaches respect for our country. Many people think it's important for children to say the Pledge of Allegiance. An example of this is one elementary school called North Collins Elementary School. The morning announcements would only do the first section of the pledge and have the classroom dictate the rest of the Pledge of Allegiance. However, most of the classrooms did not, and they'd be distracted with other classroom duties. The petition was started, and over 250 people signed the petition for just one elementary school. I think that shows how important it is for children to say the Pledge of Allegiance. It is important for everyone to say those 31 little words that mean so much. When they are said together, pride, military service, and also respect are qualities that every American should have, and the Pledge of Allegiance helps teach those, and that is why it's important for classrooms across America to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Senator Hon Young Hopgon, detailer, says, "I love this country not because I recite the Pledge of Allegiance, but because I recite the Pledge of Allegiance because I love this country," which is how we should all be. The Pledge of Allegiance is a way of showing pride, respect, and love for our country.